Okay, welcome to our team call. Today is, for those of you watching the recording back, Monday, August 13th. I'm super pumped for tonight's team call, and I'm actually going to just kind of go through the announcements really quick, and then Mallory, you're totally unprepared for this, but I'm going to kind of pass it over to you if you're where you can kind of introduce Nicole, since our speaker on tonight's call is one of Mallory's personally sponsored coaches. I didn't know if maybe you wanted the chance to introduce her a little bit. If you're like where you can't talk or turn your camera on, then just shoot me a chat and I can totally do it for you, or do it instead. But so hi, I've been kind of MIA a little bit. I've tried not to be, but let me just say that this first trimester of my first pregnancy is kicking my you-know-what. And so, so I look like this. I've looked like this for the past 2 weeks, but today I was actually able to like get out of bed. So we're making a little bit of progress. But nonetheless, I have, let's see, just 4 really quick announcements to go over with you guys. And then Nicole is actually going to be doing most of the talking tonight. I'm super excited to hear from her. So the first announcement that I have, I'm not sure if you guys have seen this kind of floating around either in your back office or specifically on Carl Deichler's Instagram. He talks about it a lot in his Instagram stories. But this Saturday, which will be August 18th, 18, they're doing this kind of big event, so to speak, virtual event called The Big Sweat. This is going to be FAQ 818. And basically what it is, just kind of in a nutshell, is on 8/18/18 this Saturday at your local time at 8:18, hence the theme here. If you complete 2 Beachbody On Demand workouts, doesn't matter which 2, and you share on your Instagram stories using the hashtag The Big Sweat and hashtag promotion entry, and you tag Beachbody at Beachbody, you will have the chance to win $818. And then they're going to select some additional winners to be selected from Beachbody On Demand to win some other kind of nutrition items. So that's FAQ 818 this coming Saturday, August 18th, 2018 at 8:18 your time. Complete 2 workouts, post them in your stories with those hashtags and tag Beachbody. So it's just kind of a fun little promotion thing that they're doing. In case you also haven't heard, the 2B Mindset certification, it has now officially launched and is live. That's FAQ 1081. You can get $20 off of all the 2B Mindset packs and kits through September 3rd. And then office hours with Alana on the 2B Mindset Facebook page is every Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you can submit your application to get certified to officially become a 2B Mindset mentor. So be sure to check out that FAQ for that. Also, Mallory posted this on our team page. A really cool opportunity that they're giving everybody is to earn a spot in the Transform 20 pilot test group. And now I know that we have these test groups like with Lift 4 and 80-Day Obsession that are ran by the super trainers. But this is actually an opportunity for you to win a spot in the pilot test group. So like that select, I think there's like 140 guaranteed spots, like the very first group of coaches that go through the workouts while they're recording them live. And so that's like kind of a really specific special test group. So that's FAQ 9216. And that Transform 20 program is Shanti's new program that's going to be launching in January. So you can earn one of the 140 guaranteed spots prior to the launch. You can do the Transform 20 workouts live while they're being filmed. And there's 3 different levels of qualification kind of sectors that you can qualify for. So check out that FAQ for those rules. And then Lift 4 and Must Moss Packs, the $10 off is extended through September 30th to help more people get in with the VIP early access. And then the Beach Bar 10% off promotion, FAQ 9754. You can get 10% off of all Beach Bar packs of 1, 2, and 3 box bundles now through September 3rd. So that is all the announcements that I have. I'm going to hand it over to Mallory to introduce our speaker for tonight. I just want to say personally that I have been following Nicole ever since she joined our team, and she seriously, like, I will go if I just need some motivation or some inspiration one day. I will go watch her stories, look at her posts, and it doesn't matter like what's going on. They always just seem to kind of speak right to my soul. And I know that that it does to many others as well. And so I think she just does a really, excuse me, beautiful job at sharing her story and connecting with other people. And so I'm super pumped to hear her tonight. But Mallory, I'll let you kind of officially introduce her if you want.
Okay. Hey, can you hear me? Okay, cool. And I apologize in advance, like if you hear kids running around, because there are kids running around. So sorry. But I have known Nicole for a really long time, and I feel really old because, let's see, I graduated high school 12 years ago-ish, like a while ago. And 14 years ago, it's fine. And I've known Nicole since high school. So we actually both did, we both played high school sports. So actually, one second, I'm going to like go mute my children over there. Just bear with me for a second. I want to close the door. Hi, mom life, hashtag what? Okay, so I've known Nicole for a really, really long time, and I feel like we connected because we both did theater after we were athletes. And so Nicole, like me, like grew up playing volleyball, and she was really, really good, and she was a select player, and I think plays it as an adult. And I think one of the things that I really like about Beachbody, because I like went away from high school, I went to college with Nicole. We did theater in college together, and I like graduated and then like never talked to anybody again. So Whitney's the same way. Like I went, like worked with Whitney 10 years ago, and then I was like, see ya, like see you on Facebook. That's it. And so I've kept up with Nicole over the years, just like Facebook and, kids, and you see pictures and you're like, oh my gosh, but I haven't like had a phone conversation with her until literally we had our first like welcome to the group, like what are your goals conversation. And it actually started after Nicole was a challenger. So I remember Mondays are karate night, and I remember sitting at karate like messaging Nicole back and forth, and you had so many questions about 80-day obsession. And I feel like you're like, I'm so sorry, I have one more question. And I'm like, oh, never be sorry, because the more you know, the better. So we went back and forth for a few days, I think, and just like, here's some information. You're like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I haven't been able to keep myself motivated. And I really struggle with, keeping my program going, and I just don't want to spend the money and do it again. Like, I just don't want to waste the money. And I was like, you know what? You get your money back, first of all. So like, give yourself 30 days. If you are on day 29 and you're like, dear God, I have not done one day of this, like get your money back. But second of all, on day 29, I think, Nicole, you'd probably worked out like 35 times. So then like shared about it a million times. And it actually became maybe like week 1 or 2 that you were a challenger, and you were like, this is working. I like this. I like this vibe. Like, she was more and more into it. And she was ordering like pre-workout and post-workout. And I was like, sister, you will save so much money signing up as a discount coach. We've all had that conversation. And she was like, oh, I'm saving money. Like, hello, like sign me up. So she signed up as a discount coach, and I actually added her to our coach group just as like, hey, you have access to this. If you're interested, like, cool. If not, remove yourself, or I'll remove you. No big deal. And I feel like from before you were a coach, Nicole, you were sharing this journey with people more than I've ever seen. And you've been so raw, and people have just been like following you and falling in love with your journey. And I'm so like proud to be your friend and proud to have watched you from day one, because you have just like, I don't know, like I don't feel like I've watched anyone else go through this that I've been so close to. And so the fact that like I've known you for so many years and you signed up under me, I'm like super thrilled that you're on my team and that you've been sharing your journey as you have. So take it from here, and maybe just kind of explain to the ladies who haven't been following you kind of what you've been doing and sharing your story.
Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? All right. So I totally relate to you with the kids. This is bedtime and their bathroom is right outside my door. So I apologize ahead of time if you hear anything. That's what that is. But just like Mallory said, yeah, I just had been struggling for a while and was, I could never find anything to commit to, and I just was unhappy. For years, I've got 3 kids, a little background on on me. And up until 2 years ago, I was working full time at a CPA office. And so, at the time when I had just graduated and, priorities, like that was fun. I didn't have any kids, didn't have anything that I needed to be home for really, but kids. They kind of shifted priorities as the time went on. And so I also homeschool. And so when my oldest, it was her turn to start kindergarten, we had to make a decision, and it just worked out really well timing wise with work that we made the decision for me to stay home because daycare is freaking expensive. So just stayed home. And, throughout all of that, it's a journey just like anything else. And so there's a lot of ups and downs in trying to find your way. And like Mal said, I do play volleyball still. So that kind of fitness has always been there. But once I've had kids, it's been really difficult to get back to where I was. And, it's easy to complain and, be unhappy. And it's easier to just mull and be like, oh, I hate my thighs. Oh, I feel like crap. Oh, I'm just going to eat some more ice cream or whatever, because why not? And that's just the easy route. And so when Mal says that I had a lot of questions, she's not lying. I went back and forth for a ton because that was a lot of money for me, and I didn't want to, not bet on myself. And then for me, what I needed and what I chose to do when I decided to do 80-day obsession, I decided to commit to those 80 days. So when I saw that we got Shakeology, I purchased the pack that came with Shakeology. And then I also decided, okay, I'm in it for 3 months. And when Mal says that, I was going to save money on the performance, she was absolutely right. And I knew I wanted the performance for those 3 months. So I went ahead and did that. And I knew I needed some accountability. And I've never been a social media guru. I've never been one who posts every day. I did not post about my kids really ever. I was kind of a ghoster who just kind of wanted to keep up with people who looked like they had really neat lives. And I literally on Instagram, I had like 9 posts personally when I started this journey. And so I had a lot to learn about Instagram. And while I was starting this journey, I decided that, you know what, I'm going to start a brand new account. This is just going to be my journey. This is going to be, I'm going to do, if I'm feeling something, I'm going to do videos that day, pictures, whatever. This is just for me. I had no intentions of like sharing that publicly. It was a private account. I went on and every day I did my workout. I journaled, vlogged, whatever you want to call it. Was I feeling crappy? Was I proud of myself? Could I have done better? All of those things. And that started my social media internal journey. That right there was my start to who am I and what is motivating me to do this. And so those are kind of my 2 big things whenever I get on and post. And so just to kind of dive in a little bit deeper, when it comes to what's motivating me, as you guys know, we have challengers. And as a challenger, my why was huge. I had to know why I was doing this. And I encourage my challengers now to do this. Think of your why and write it down. And it can't be that surfacey stuff. It has to be something super deep. And so my why as a challenger is very different than my why as a coach. When I decided to become a coach, I just had this super strong desire to want to help people. I wanted them to feel this power and this pride that I was evolving and changing over the course of weeks. Within 3 weeks of my 80-day journey, my mind went to, I can do anything. I can literally do anything that I want to do. And now I have some clarity to be able to decide what I want to do. And that was so empowering. That was such an amazing feeling that I just wanted everybody to feel it. So that started my why as a coach. I sat down, I wrote it out, and I listened to, when I decided that I wanted to make this my business. Since I homeschool, I don't really have any other form of income. And so I wanted this to be my way. It's a nice way to help my family, but this just got in the pit of my stomach, and we're doing this. My husband's all in, we're all in, and we are going to endure. And so I jumped in and I started listening just to all the national wake-up calls, previous ones that I wasn't even around for, listen to those, listen to videos, caught up with some of the highest earning coaches and started following them on Instagram and seeing what they're doing and posting about. And there was one video that I listened to, and it was specifically, writing down, why are you a coach? And referring to that every single time you post. So it might sound a little over the top, but literally every time that I sit down to make a post on Instagram or on Facebook, I look back at my list of why I'm a coach, and I decide, is that reflecting what I have down on my list? Is that actually enforcing what I want for people? And if it doesn't, then I start over from scratch. And if it does, then I go ahead and click post. But the next big question that I ask is, who am I? And that is such a deep question. But I feel like in order to be authentic, if you're going to post, you really need to be rooted and you need to know who you are. And for me, when I first started this journey, I had no clue, no idea. And it is still an ongoing journey. And I think that that's okay. But I think as you're posting, every post, you learn a little bit about yourself. So I don't know if you guys have ever posted and then you're like, oh, that was kind of silly. That didn't look good. Or that didn't really reflect what I was trying to convey. I learn a little bit more about what I want to convey, who I am and what I'm posting about. And so if you're struggling with that, that's okay. Just keep going. And literally the biggest thing that I think that I've taken away from this journey so far is your authenticity will come through in your posts, whether you like it or not. People can see it, they can feel it. And so I have found that I have two lists. I have a list of people that I have helped with challenge packs, Success Club points. That's how Beachbody measures their success. But I also have a list that I have started. That's my inspired messages list. And guys, it is like 2 times as long as my Success Club points, because there are people that are out there that you are helping that you don't even know about. You don't know that you're helping your high school choir teacher who reaches out to you and messages you and says, I just want to let you know you've inspired me to start eating healthier. And so those kinds of posts mean so much more to me. I mean, Success Club points are great, don't get me wrong, but those kinds of messages are just, they get me right there. And so I like to keep track of, who I'm helping in addition to who are actually purchasing packs and contributing to the Success Club. And then finally, you guys, I was in the middle of talking to my dad about this earlier. I told him that I was going to be talking on here. I was a little nervous. And he said, and I just want to leave you guys with this. He said, Nicole, it's your story. No one knows it better than you. And it's true, you guys. No one knows your story better than you. Not your spouse, not your kids, not your parents. Only you know your story. And so it's up to you to really dig down deep and be okay with being authentically you. Okay? I hope that was okay. I'm going to hand that back to you, Beth.
No, I thought it was so perfect. I have pages of notes here. I just want to kind of reiterate a couple of things that I heard, and then I have a question for you. And guys, if you have any questions for Nicole, just pop them in the chat box, and she can totally answer those. We still have like 10 minutes or so left. So out of everything that you just said, my biggest takeaway, I mean, I have lots of takeaways, obviously, but my biggest takeaway is that it really just kind of all just started with a decision for you, right? Like a decision to go on this 80-day journey, a decision to go all in with coaching, a decision to make yourself a priority, a decision to start that Instagram page to, to share your story along the way. And that is something that I feel like as the leader of a team, no matter how big or how small, is the one thing that like I feel like I've always had trouble putting into words, because unless you've like made that decision and you've gone through it, it's so hard to say like the way that you start your health and fitness journey, or the way that you like start this journey to like finding who you are, which you talked about a little bit, and being authentic about that. And the way that you start this business is you just make a decision to do it. And I think that, you know, as you run challenge groups and you have conversations with your challengers, and you know, we help our challengers through struggles of, you know, figuring out how to meal plan or to just find a way to eat that works best for them. You know, we have to kind of push past what honestly is just excuses sometimes of, I don't have time to meal prep, or, you know, my family doesn't eat the way that I do, or my spouse doesn't support me. And you just have to make the decision to do it anyways, whether it's with this business or their fitness journey. And so that is something that that was like my biggest takeaway from everything that you just said. I don't see any questions in the chat, so I'll throw one at you, and I'm totally going to national wake up call this for you. How has your life changed since you became a Beachbody coach?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so first of all, like I said, I've reconnected with so many people that I would have never, like Mal said, like her and I, we knew each other in high school, and then we went to college together, but saw each other in theater and then went separate paths. And literally it was just Facebook acquaintances. And this whole process, like following her journey and seeing her start it, that linked into my soul. And it was just like, at first I was like, well, damn, she just looks good. But then it was like, okay, I know her. We're kindred spirits. I want to be on her team. And so I just reached out. That's one way. Another way is, I don't know, since you follow, my family is totally on board with this. My husband is doing Lift 4 now. My kiddos, all of them, it's so sweet to see, because they just this morning they did yoga. They asked if they could do yoga, and it's just really refreshing to see that kind of, I'm not forcing anybody to do it, but they're just kind of picking up off of my choices and seeing the good that's coming out of it. And then I've had, I've had other people that I just would have never thought of who are reaching out to me just to kind of say, hey, go girl, you're doing awesome. You look great. Your posts are really inspiring. Like those kinds of things are things that I never, ever, ever would have thought that I would be getting that kind of stuff, because I never thought I would put myself out there like that. And so it's really hard to put yourself out there. And so when you make the decision to do it, though, it just, first of all, having the girls, this team, is a huge reinforcer. Everybody on this team are like liking posts and commenting, and it's just, you're so refreshing. So thank you all, because you all are great supporters, and your encouragement is astounding. I've made some really good friends in my first challenge group. I connected with one of the other coaches now, Jenny, and her and I are just like, we're bouncing ideas off of each other all over the place and just really enjoying this process. So, you know, I don't know, there's any number of ways. Physically, of course, I'm feeling fantastic. I'm down a lot of weight and inches, but like you guys know, that's just the byproduct. Like that was all the achievement. And so this process is just, it's ongoing. And I have no intentions of stopping soon. So I hope you all are with me on that, because I know it can be a long journey. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Well, we are so glad that you're here. And thank you for opening up your heart and sharing with all of us tonight. Does anybody have any questions? Mal, do you have anything that you want to add, or anything? Anybody?
Oh, no, I just want to say I'm so proud of you. And I know you were nervous getting on the call. So I think, just like you said, you know you, and I'm glad we know you just a little bit more.
Yes, and you did so fantastic tonight that you just may be leading team call every week. So maybe you shouldn't have done so well.
Hey, one thing I said was, saying yes to those opportunities that make you uncomfortable, because it can only be a learning lesson, right? Like, either way, you're going to learn something. So, I meant to say, Beth, I'm so excited for you guys. Congratulations, because I think this is our first team call officially since you've announced, and I'm so excited for you. I'm empathizing with you on the morning sickness, though. Yeah, that is not good.
Oh, it's the worst, but hopefully we're creeping towards the end of it. Like I said, today was much better. So thank you so much. Okay, guys. Well, I hope y'all have a great rest of your Monday evening. I have lots of calls scheduled with lots of you this week, so I can't wait to catch up since I've been kind of absent. But have a great rest of your night. I'll post this recording on our team page in case you guys want to watch it back. And thank you again. Bye.